Okay. We're here. We're on.
No, we're not.
We're on, and my cat is meowing.
I heard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's a good boy. Except he's whining. He's whining because he wants to get out. But he's trapped in my room because I don't trust him. Because he's been jumping on the countertops recently. And he knows he's not supposed to. Mog. Mog. Okay, let's go. Plug game. Let's see. Which one should I do? Or should I start from the beginning? We could just go back for murder.
Let's go back for murder quick.
Murder?
Murder.
What I really want is to retake the residence. And we're skipping. Should I really do it? Yes. I'm afraid you're right, Guide. Carmosa is my main obstacle, and I won't go any further without removing her first. Having qualms won't change that. Nothing will change that. I need to act if I'm really serious about breaking free. Very well. I will arrange a meeting with a man who will sell you the right substance. Be at the cemetery tonight at midnight. Midnight? I'm not sure I'll be able to be there. I'm practically a prisoner, you know. You can sneak out, can't you? I'm not Carmosa, so don't play innocent with me. I'm not... Alright, I'll be there. It's all set up then. I guess. I still can't believe I'm doing this. You didn't do anything yet. If this is not what you want, you can still change your mind. No, I have made my choice. It was difficult enough. I'm not going to change it. It looks like we have a plan then.
What's a little murder gonna
Which is
stop
much
us
more
from?
than when you had when you came here. It's true. I think I know where I stand now. At a point where I can skip.
What's a little murder gonna do?
Murder? I wonder if I'm actually able to do what I'm fighting for. Can I run this house on my own? Seems easy when Carmosa does it. Yell at a few people, humiliate some, be a bitch, and Bob's your uncle. I hope I won't become her. I hope I won't have to. Nobody's as vicious as her. How much better the world will be without... How much better the world will be without Carmosa in it? Grammar. I wonder, does wishing her bad and plotting to remove her make me her equal after all? Probably so. But all the hurtful things she did over the years, to me, and even to her own poor broken daughters, she made our lives miserable to satisfy her own ambition. I hate to sound cliche, but she had it coming. Alright, enough of this. I need to go into my room and stay there as usual. When Carmosa comes back, I need to look like nothing is going on.
Not so pleasant night, eh? Dead everywhere, tension in the air. The atmosphere tonight sends shivers down the spine. Do you feel it too? Nah, you don't feel a thing. You're just lying here doing nothing, aren't you? Not feeling, not caring, no nothing. How bloody convenient for you. Though if you're there, Uncle Billy, I meant nothing wrong. Just speaking to the dead in general to get me some courage. I still miss you, and all. Though maybe it's not Billy that's caring or watching. The little bird has some deceased of her own that should care, eh? If that's the case, here comes your little lassie and nothing you can do about it, no? Sad but true, me dear. Sad but true.
Hello? Is anybody that... Oh, what are you doing here?
Could ask you the same thing, little bird. But you don't see me sticking me nose where it ain't wanted, eh?
Oh, never mind. I have an important meeting planned here. It is a rather private matter.
Boy, these are usually the most interesting. My Uncle Bernie always used to say, you want to know the things that matter? Look where you're not supposed to, into people's privates.
No.
That's so weird.
It's exactly what you think it sounds like.
Only later, when he got thrown into that stinking jail, did we find out what he meant. But I got to be their knack for snooping lovely wee secrets from him.
You really leave me no choice, so let me be frank. I need some privacy here. Do you mind?
Not at all, lassie. Do what you must. I won't tell a soul. But maybe you could say what brought you here, eh? A goody-goody such as yourself.
Would you please just leave?
I could, but were you going to get the poison then, eh, little bird? Eh?
What? It's you? How?
You a bit slow, birdie, or what? Don't tell Ma you expected the bloody prince, prince, bloody charming.
I think that's supposed to be an accented me. Unless he is talking about her mother, who is also buried here.
So
Madame Guide sent you? I didn't expect you to know her.
So that's where this job comes from, eh? The giddy woman, you say. That's interesting.
You can stop pretending now. I know who is responsible for sending you.
Oh, the little bird's caught me. Yes, the witch sent me. We know each other since a very long time ago. She knew me auntie first. She can make a killer strudel, if you don't mind me saying. Me auntie, that is. And this mom always came for tea and strudel and to chat with me auntie Berta.
Struggling there?
I am!
Oh, forget about it. Are you going to give me the poison or not?
I thought you never asked, lassie. Here you go.
Looks so normal. Innocent little bottle. How's it work?
Hush, come closer. Ready to know its secret? Alright, it kills people.
Demons! Don't you have a job to do here? One that you get paid for? Or did you come here just to brighten my day?
No need to get angry, so stop wrinkling your pretty face, eh? I got you the poison and the job's already paid in full. Of that I'm sure.
It's actually really good since I don't have any money.
No need to worry, lassie. Everything is settled fair and square like I said.
And my cat is going crazy behind me. I'm assuming you could hear all that.
Of course.
I'm sorry. So, will you tell me how this works? The poison, I mean?
It's a devil in a bottle, that thing is. You give it to the soon-to-be deceased with a drink, then they walk and talk for several more hours. They're dead, you see, but they look fine. The little demon slowly works its way inside them, then BAM! A heart attack.
BAM! Death note.
Nerd.
Yeah.
We'll fool the boldest stock, it will.
It's pretty handy, I guess.
More than you now know, lassie, but you will learn soon enough, methinks.
Thank you for explaining everything to me, and for the help.
That's how I work. You can recommend me to anyone. I hope you get what you wished for.
Thanks. Until next time then, though I do hope it's not too soon.
So long, little bird. Who would have guessed? She looked like such a nice girl. I guess they don't make them like they used to, eh?
Skippy, skippy, skip. Skippity
Skippy,
doo dah.
skip.
Skippity yay.
Skippity day?
But first, I need to pay my good stepmother a visit. Have a gift for her after all. Haven't I forgotten about anything? I admit that even I am feeling nervous today. Enter!
Deadly nervous?
It's just me. I've brought breakfast so you can eat it here without interrupting whatever you are doing. You seem very busy. What has happened to you, girl? Since when are you serving me meals without being ordered? Or care for how tight my schedule is, for that matter? I don't know. I thought you must be busy with the ball and all the preparations. I just tried to be nice for once. What's going on with you? Why are you so tense? On second thought, don't answer that. I don't have time for this nonsense. Put the tray on the desk and leave. Whee!
Wii?
Whee!
Sony Wii?
Nintendo Wii?
No, the Sony Wii.
So much skip. So much skip.
You having fun?
Yep, I'm having tons of fun. I don't know.
It's a blast.
What else is there for me to do during this? Team Rocket's blasting off again. Even those who care little for appearances must accept the fact that people still judge others by their looks. That's why proper preparations have to take time.
And if I may judge, the outcome is positively stunning.
Flattery is a very pleasant way of showing others we want something from them. So what is it that you want in this situation, my prince? Is it an obedient wife? Blah. A wise consort? Or just someone to keep you warm at night? Do not get me wrong, Your Highness. I do empathize with your complicated situation and understand you must have a wife to be crowned.
I can see you don't hold social conventions in high regard. That is quite an accurate description of my predicament, though. And yet, understanding this, you are here. Don't tell me it's to taste wine from the royal cellars.
Yep, that's exactly what it's for.
Oh, for Pete's sake, yo.
Frankly, there's more than one reason. The wine, the food, not to mention company. I won't deny I find power interesting, especially after hearing all the rumors.
Oh, so there is a spark of curiosity behind that cold, inquisitive look. There is nothing more natural than being attracted to power, my lady.
I didn't say I was attracted to it. I merely stated that I find it, and those who wield it, intriguing. For example, what kind of person does one have to be a good ruler?
A sound philosophical question, worthy of the author of The Duke. And what are your views on the matter?
Though her approach may at times be cynical or overly instrumental, I believe that Malik managed to describe power in its actual rather than ideal form.
An independent judgment from a well-read lady. How very refreshing. I always regretted the fact that such fine a scholar as Lady Malik does not hail from our kingdom. Perhaps I was simply blind to the treasure of our realm. The fact that some women do in fact receive education even in this backwater land.
You speak harshly about your own kingdom, my prince. Criticism may be the only weapon of the powerless, but you are hardly without power, are you not?
To be honest, I am pretty powerless. Being a prince mostly entitles me to living in more comfortable quarters than, say, the town's innkeeper, but I don't get even a fraction of his power. But assuming I were a king already, what would you have me do, my lady? What changes would satisfy subtle tastes of a learned, modern woman such as you?
I might have read a few books, but I am not a politician. I can speak generally of injustices that require mending or errors which need to be corrected. I believe the kingdom would benefit from reforms and a more modern style of government.
Isn't that a polite way of saying that monarchy is obsolete?
insert the entire Hamilton soundtrack. Not
No.
necessarily. An enlightened ruler may balance novelty and freedom with stability and tradition. As long as he keeps those who could threaten him either too satisfied or too afraid to rise up against him.
Against him or her, I would add.
Yes, gender plays no role in such matters. At least here we have some equity.
I must admit, you are an intriguing woman, my lady. Very different from the rest of the people who came here today. They don't seem to be even slightly bothered by the masks they have to wear. Wonder if it's so because they wear them every single day as well.
I think we can skip again.
Yes. Dancing. The awkward flirting question mark.
What we think is flirting. It seemed really awkward though.
Isn't flirting in general awkward?
Being flirted with in the form of having someone comment on her eyes and then her lips and then her collarbone and then her chest is a little...
Yeah.
You were looking for me, Captain? It's a bit of a surprise to see you here. I'm sure it is!
Cinders, you are hereby arrested for a poisoning attempt on Lady Carmosa, your stepmother. What? That's impossible. Cinders, is that true?
Of course not. Why would I do it? These accusations are ridiculous. Cut the act! We know what you tried to do, and I made sure there was a proof of your actions!
Lady Carmosa has supplied a sample of the poisoned meal. The reagent used was deadly and hard to discover. None of our alchemists had any doubt it was a murder attempt.
This is outrageous! You have found poison and immediately jumped to the conclusion it was me? She could as well plan it there herself to get me arrested. How can you honestly think it was me? I didn't honestly think you would make me breakfast and serve it in my private chambers. Of that you had no habit either. Did you really think I would not get suspicious at all? Already the second whiff revealed the deadly smell of poison. I got it to the captain immediately.
I can't believe it. She finally flipped.
I knew you were not happy, but that is a bit of an, forgive the expression, overkill. Don't you think, Cinders? You could also wait for me. 2 heads are better than 1.
Oh, Sophia!
Captain, this woman is lying. She wants to get rid of the last member of my father's family, to finally be sure the household belongs solely to her. No reminders to the contrary.
A nice story, that is. Quite believable. It doesn't hold a candle to the proof Lady Carmosa provided, though. You are exactly what I despise in this world. Treachery and backstabbing.
Oof. It's not a lie. Carmosa benefited from my mother's death, then plotted for my father's death and taking over the whole estate. She also had an indecent scheme to come closer to the throne. The girl has clearly lost her mind, throwing baseless accusations around like this. Next thing you know, she'll blame you for yesterday's storm or bad crops.
Be silent, girl. You're only making it worse for yourself. There is no turning back.
Did you really think that you could outsmart me? Now face it, you have lost!
Enough. I've had enough of this household and its games for tonight. You're going with me, Cinders.
Goodbye, Captain.
I can't believe it.
Idiot. It's you. What do you want? To skip all of this.
You really sure about that? The gal's quite a schemer. That's your success? Is it me wild imagination, or is she getting more like her stepmother each day? Hope you'll stick around to help the victims she'll make as well.
I don't think she can make very many victims after being actually arrested this time.
Eesh.
Be gone. Begone, snake! I've had enough of your chatter.
I think you can skip again?
Yeep.
Cinders' desperate attempts at winning her freedom backfired at her cruelly. Instead of breaking free from her stepmother's rule, she ended up in the royal dungeon.
I mean, technically she got out.
Broken with guilt and sense of failure, she quickly fell in health and passed away in her cell. She was buried next to her mother on the old cemetery in the forest. Cinders led a lonely and sad life, and her actions alienated anyone who was willing to offer her help or friendship. Nobody tends to her and her mother's grave, and they are soon overgrown by the forest. Oof.
Oof. We unlocked a new ending.
We unlocked a go to jail. Do not pass go, do not collect $200.
Well, we did get a... For dying a miserable death, you are awarded with the Grim Skull.
Ouch.
I knew we were gonna get one either way. It's funny, because that's the one I had to look up a guide for.
Really?
Yeah, to get, like, the absolute worst ending.
It was all because we tried to murder a woman.
Murder? Nope, no murder.
I said
murder,
tried.
Hmm?
I said tried to murder.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very much we tried and failed.
Well, because we started from there.
Yes.
We made the decision from that far in.
That we wanted to murder.
Mm-hmm.
So,
The first time I tried to murder, I succeeded.
Wow! You're a terrible human being.
Yep. And?
Oh, I don't know with you.
Well, anyway, let's look at our rewards. Hey, look. We found one of 4 variants on this thing.
On death?
What should we do next? I feel like we should just go for another ending.
A romance the guy?
Yep. Get it over with, right?
Should we try to go for the prince?
That's what I mean. We'll just go through all of these 3 options now, right?
Yeah. And then theoretically we could go through our decisions with the fairies.
Theoretically, yeah. If I'm making grand plans of turning my life around, I may as well aim for the top. I'll go to the ball and show everyone, including my caring family, what one determined girl can do. I hope the prince is as interesting and promising as everyone says, because after that night, his heart is going to belong to a certain young woman. You seem very confident about your chances. Frankly, it's just a front I put up. I have no idea if it's going to work. It probably won't. Look at it this way. If I'm to flee the town like some criminal, there's still going to be a time for that. What kind of life is that anyway? And taking the residents back from Carmosa? I admit, it sounds wonderful, but let's be honest, it's not going to happen. Carmosa keeps it tightly and won't let go. It's just the kind of woman she is, and I have to say even I can respect that. So the truth is, this ball may be my only chance to significantly change my life. I must succeed. Oh, the young. How you love your precious dramas and last chances. But the way things are now, the ball is just a silly girl's dream. I don't even have a dress. Ha! I'm going to surprise you here by skipping ahead.
I'm gonna surprise you here, I've already read this line.
Oh, I guess I can't rewind back from where it skipped to. Or maybe I'm just delusional. Can a normal girl like me catch the attention of a prince? Am I really that special or attractive? It may not be just a bold plan. It may be the first sign of mental degradation. On the other hand, he might be a spoiled brat. He might torture small animals for all that I know. Princes are allowed to do anything, right? It's too late for doubts and other what-ifs, though. I've made my decision. If I want to get anything, I need to stick to it. That is my only chance at success. Alright, enough of this. I need to go into my room and stay there as usual. When Carmosa comes back, I've already read this.
When Carmosa gets back, I need to skip.
Mm-hmm. So many things.
Smile, frown, smile, frown.
I don't know. It seems like a lovely choice. Oh, I don't know anything about it.
What about the food? Oh, but my figure. You don't even want to taste the food?
You could have a bite. Oh. Well, it smells wonderful.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, we don't have anything new to read in this, I guess.
Wow. That's impressive.
I guess the same as the first one.
First or second.
Oh, Captain. Good evening. What brings you to our humble house in the middle of the night?
Miss Cinders, did you attend the Grand Ball tonight?
I did. Why do you ask?
Shouldn't you check how she got there? Surely an almost servant like her had no proper claim to this fancy event.
An almost servant.
Mm-hmm. Who is actually technically more of a noble girl than her stepsisters.
Yeah. Ladies, please, allow me to do my job. Did you dance with the prince tonight?
I did.
And did you wear a mask with a feather and slippers made of leather and glass?
Yes. What is it about? Show him the slippers to prove you are the one.
Uh-oh. That won't be necessary. Miss Cinders, I was sent to find you by the prince. His Highness has found you the most interesting woman in the land's nobility. In the wake of the tradition of the Grand Ball, he would like to discuss the possibility of marriage. If you consent to these proceedings, of course. Marriage? I mean, you did very well, Cinders, but is this appropriate?
Oh, who cares about what's appropriate and what's not? If the prince decided coughing into someone else's soup was fine, we'd all do it. But that you impressed this prince so much? Ha! I didn't even know that you cared about such a thing, Cinders.
This must be some sort of a mistake. This girl has been sleeping in a dirty old kitchen for the last couple of years. The prince can't be interested in such a person. Surely you are thinking of one of my daughters.
She's been sleeping in a dirty old kitchen, not by her own choice, just because I forced her in there. She can't be worth anyone's.
That means she's not interesting. Marry one of my daughters instead.
Oh, I assure you there can be no mistake. Miss Cinders.
How could I refuse? This is a dream come true.
How could anyone refuse? Life in the palace must be amazing.
As usual, you don't understand. What you speak of is like frosting on a cake. Nice, but it's not what makes this choice what it is. Prince proved to be a fascinating man, and I will try to be a good queen beside him. There's so much about ruling that I want to learn.
May I escort you to the palace then, my lady?
Of course, Captain. Goodbye, girls. Lady Carmosa, I hope to see you all someday. Perhaps. After you, Captain. There really is nothing one can count on in this world. Everything is turning out to be different than what one might expect.
How did she manage to do that without telling any of us too? Does family count for nothing?
Shut up, you two! How could you not notice a thing? How could you miss all of the hints as to what she was planning? And how could you lose to her? Have I taught you nothing? Where did I go wrong to make you so useless? I have clearly been mistaken about many things.
Your Highness, this is the girl. Thank you, bro. Welcome to the palace, my lady. I trust the captain explained everything on your way here.
Yes, he did. Although it doesn't make it any easier to believe.
Needless modesty, my lady. You certainly weren't as bashful making your entrance during the ball.
In that dress, and of course the mask, I felt like I was wearing armor. I was impervious to the looks and judgments of other people. Now I'm back to my old self, and rags don't offer the same protection. Suddenly, I feel like an ordinary girl standing before a prince.
Ordinary is hardly among the traits you possess, which makes you exactly the person I was looking for. So, there's nothing more to say, but simply pop the question as ordinary people say. Do you agree, my lady?
Oh my. Is it hot in here? No, I have to ask to be sure. Agree to what, my prince?
Do you agree to become my wife and the queen of the realm? You do realize that selecting the right candidate was the purpose of the grand ball?
Yes, I realize that. It's simply very difficult to believe, but... Oh heavens! Yes! Of course I agree! How could I refuse?
Very well. You're making me a very happy man indeed.
I feel so silly. I feel so ridiculous.
A word of warning, though. I'm expecting my reign to be a rather turbulent one. Not all will welcome the changes I plan. We'll be facing upheavals, I'm afraid. It means I will be needing support, counsel, and criticism from a strong and independent queen.
I'm afraid I'm not really an expert on political matters. I've read some books, but... Oh, I feel so silly. Just a few hours ago, it felt like I had it all figured out, and now I'm standing here babbling like a lunatic. I hope you know what you're doing, choosing me for the part, my prince. Right now, I'm nothing more than an awestruck servant girl. I mean, I don't even know you, your highness, and I really have no idea what I'm getting myself into. But for what it's worth, I agree and promise to do my best.
Ah, you worry too much, my lady. Your reaction gives you more credit than you realize. Don't worry, you'll become a great queen. I am certain of it.
She looks so smug, though. It, like, doesn't fit. Whee! Nothing new there either, I guess. Hey, trophy unlocked.
As in the stories of old, Cinders' charms and wits helped her in getting the hearts of the future king. Cinders becomes a mild and gentle queen, known for her beauty, kind heart, and love of peace. A pretty jewel in the royal crown, but not much more. While she's adored by her people, she's not strong or decisive enough to give her husband the support he needs to push forward with his reforms.
Oof.
Oof. With the prince... I never realized...
I was reading Basile.
Basile, unable to realize his plans, the situation in the kingdom stagnates and eventually turns for the worse. While Cinders is the wife of the new king, and they rule together, love never sprouts between them.
Oof.
Focused on her role, she lives a lonely life among the crowns. There is no space for personal happiness in the existence of a queen. Cinders often feels lost in her new role, but whenever she's stumped, she secretly sneaks out of the palace and comes to the lake to seek the fairy's advice. Rumors about the queen's mystical connections and sixth sense quickly spreads throughout the kingdom. The court life fully absorbs Cinders and she loses contact with her old family. Lady Carmosa and her daughters never visit the palace. From what the young queen heard, the situation in the household turns for worse after her stepmother's bitter defeat. They live their lives in seclusion, isolated from the rest of the noble society. Years later, Cinders and her sister meet at Lady Kermosa's funeral. They don't exchange a single word. Oof.
Better than the last one, though.
Oof.
You have unlocked a new ending.
The tiara ending.
For becoming queen, you are awarded with the royal tiara. There we go. Fairy tale ending. 25 variants. 25% variance.
So we got a third of the traveler, a quarter of the fairy tale, and a quarter of death.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's just the last one.
Mm-hmm. Can you guess what the last one is?
I'm going to assume it's taking over the house.
Mm-hmm.
What are the I'm just trying to think of the rewards.
Oh, these? The trophies down here?
Yeah.
Well, you guessed this one, right?
Yeah.
And considering we have one for each of these things, presumably
I'm assuming the necklace is for taking over.
Okay.
It's the candle that I'm like...
I forget. Is it hidden for you? Or, well, I guess you wouldn't know if the achievement's hidden. I forget if that achievement is hidden, because I have them all. I forget if that gets hidden, because that's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler?
Yeah. What do you have to do to get them? Anyway.
Burn somebody's house down?
This leaves 3 trophies to get, right?
Yep, 3 trophies and 1 ending.
So, what do you want to do now?
Probably to get the better... To actually get the taking over... It's either do fairies and see what the fairies offer, or start anew. I mean, what would you suggest?
What would I suggest?
Yes.
I'm trying to see if... Was this where we had the fairies?
Yes, that was before the fairies. You have to skip a little bit, but that one decides, am I going to see...
Sure, let's do that.
Let's see the fairies?
I mean, that's what you want, right?
Sure, let's see the fairies.
Okay there, shady guy. Shady man. Madame Guide's offer seemed genuine, maybe even honest, but she seems dead set on getting what she wants, no matter the cost. And hell knows what that is when it comes to me and my future. Not that the fairy is too comprehensible or predictable, but there is no game and no improvement without some sacrifice. And at least with the fairy, the accomplishment will be great, and the sacrifice will be nobody's but my own. But let's not be too hasty. Just remembered what the captain said about Father's last will. If it really exists, and if I could find it, then things could turn out quite interesting. Since Kermosa was so kind as to leave the house and her study unattended, we can skip forward. Just kidding. What do you want to do?
Let's still do it.
All
The
right.
forest.
You ready for your fairy voice?
Ooh.
I know I told you kind of ghost-like, but not that ghost-like.
Ooh, I'm a ghost.
So the real question right now is, am I going insane?
Yes.
Strange, majestic creatures appearing from nowhere, claiming to know my mother. Fairies changing the fate, and me in the middle. I'm going to be like these old ladies with a bunch of cats, a pointy hat, and warts on the tip of their noses who claim to be attuned to magic. Right. Shouldn't think too much about it. Let's just go and see if I'm insane or not. Hello? Is anyone here? This feels a bit silly, but I have no choice. I have to get to the palace and go to the ball. If you're here, please show yourself. I need your help. Oh, this is hopeless. What was I thinking? I have no time for this. I need to get to the palace with or without the assistance of magical forces. If there is one girl in this kingdom who deserves being there, it's me. I spent enough days scrubbing floors in my own house to earn the right to have this one brief evening of complete freedom. Without worries, without abuse, like an ordinary girl. I really need that. I start to feel as if Carmos robbed me of everything that's magical, beautiful, or fun about life. Nope. Can't skip, even though it's the same text. But it's in a different location, so I guess it doesn't count.
It's not the same.
I need to prove myself that those things can still happen. That I'm not as broken as her daughters. Going to the ball is only the beginning. I need to change my life completely. No more idle whining and wishing. I thought a lot about it, and I think I have the outline of a plan at least. There are two paths I could take. Retake the house from Carmos's hands, or escape and leave the town. Start a new life.
Why not enchant the prince so he would make you his queen?
Oh! You startled me. Were you listening the whole time?
Yes, we are always listening to those who enter our domain.
How creepy.
You have a third path before you. Why not charm the prince?
Make him lose his head in just one evening and become his queen 1 week later? That part of fairy tales I always had trouble believing. That and the fairies.
Your doubts are misdirected. You could easily enthrall him with our aid. You came to the lake asking for our aid. We are offering it. Which path will you take?
What I really want...
Say it real quick.
Yep. I mean, we're basically at the same point. I already did this.
Well, but it could be different this time. We don't know. Let's see what retaking the residence with the fairies will do.
If I'm ever going to be happy, I need to become truly independent. Independence comes from status, prestige, and social standing. I learned that from Carmosa herself. That's why I am going to take her place. Only then I can turn my house into a place where I can live happily. But how should I approach it? I found my father's last will, which Carmosa was hiding for all these years, which means she must think it's dangerous to her somehow. But it clearly states that she is the widow, which makes her entitled to be the lady of the house.
It seems there's an obstacle on your path. A barrier placed by another whose path crosses with yours. As long as the other path continues, yours is blocked. You must erase it.
Wait, you mean that I should kill her?
Yes. Such is the way of fate. Each path continues until it is blocked, it splits, or is erased.
I'm not really sure.
You came to the lake seeking aid, and we are offering it. You seek counsel, and we are ready to provide it. Pay heed and take what you will. We remember the concord made by your mother. You only need to name your wish.
Should I really do it?
Murder?
I guess so! I never thought things would come to this. Murder.
Truly, did you not see the obstacle in your way? Has the thought of removing it never crossed your mind?
I don't know. You seem very cool about it. Don't you care about, well, killing?
You ask for aid, and this is what we are offering. Such is fate, yours and ours.
Yes. really is fate, isn't it? There simply is no other way. As long as she lives, I can't ever be free. I agree. Carmosa has to die. But how am I going to do it?
Mortal bodies are both crude and frail as they wither over seasons, but we know of ways to shorten the seasons and turn them into hours. If you come to your mother's grave at night, you'll receive a gift which will make your wish come true.
What, you will receive a Grim Reaper?
Ooh, the Grim Reaper! Ukyo's coming for you!
Carmosa's not MC.
It will all be in accord with the agreement made with your mother. It is only fitting it should happen next to her resting place.
Agreement with my mother. I hope I'm not repeating some family mistake.
There is no mistake in fate.
Somehow, I don't find it very comforting. And I still can't believe I'm doing this.
We can see your mind, and it is clear. You speak of doubts where there is none. You uttered your will, and we have recorded it. You cannot erase it now. I think that's what the load button does. So it seems that your path has been decided.
Yes. It looks like I have a plan now. I think I know exactly what to do for the first time in my life.
For the first time in forever?
I would like to go to the grand ball, though. Only, how am I going to get to the royal palace? That's the hard part. Apart from small details, like the guards and me not being invited, there are more pressing issues here. Like, what am I going to wear? I don't suppose you know a good tailor that works for free.
Your seductive nature requires no delay, so providing you with the right clothing will be very easy.
What?
Have trust in the lake, Cinders. It remembered your mother's wish and reached out to you offering aid. Come to us before the ball. We will help you, and so the new Concord shall be sealed.
How do you manage to sound so secretive and eerie all the time? How exactly will you help me?
Because I'm a ghost.
No, you're a fairy.
Have trust in the lake, like your mother.
Like my mother. Something tells me you're not going to answer me no matter what I say. But fine. I don't have a choice here but to agree to your rules and hope it won't bite me in the rear.
Indeed. You must embrace your fate as it unfolds through your works. You will have no trouble doing so. Your blood makes you attuned to sensing both opportunity and necessity. The plan is set. The new gift will be offered. Its weight and price shall unveil in time. You can go.
Thank you, I think. I wonder what Mom would say about all of this.
You're killing someone? Come on, Cinders.
Yeah, her mom just killed herself in the process.
Hmm.
But who told you to be here? How did you know I'd be waiting?
One question at a time. I remember when our Lucy used to wonder about everything since she was little. Bloody nosy that brat was.
Stop blabbering and spill it.
There you go again, Lassie, not listening, interrupting. That's not nice now, is it? Don't they teach noble birds any manners these days?
Would you be so kind as to tell me? Oh, to hell with that! How did you know?
And what bloody difference does it make? I got what you want. I brought it to you. If you wanted to chat, you should have asked for a speaker, Lassie. So?
Are you going to give me the poison or not?
I thought you never asked, Lassie. Here you go. We're still gonna go to jail, aren't we?
What?
Woof, woof. Woof, woof.
Oh! Oh! Hey, look! We're bringing breakfast again.
And it's the same text.
That's why I'm like, we're going to jail again, aren't we?
What?
You are late.
I know, I'm sorry. It was difficult to leave the house. Carmosa and the girls ran amok. Do you know how long it takes to tie all those funny strings in a corset? Wait, you probably don't. I can't believe I'm doing this. Making excuses in front of an otherworldly apparition.
Then don't make them.
Thanks, Fairy. Right. So, how am I going to get to the ball? I doubt that's even possible.
Your doubts are useless. Your belief is not. Because you accepted our aid, we have left a gift for you under the old oak.
A gift?
As promised, we have sewn a dress for you. It will please you. You can try it on.
Alright then, just give me a moment. Heavens, it's beautiful. This fabric is so fine. What is it made of?
Dot.
Alright, keep your secrets. It's still incredible. The shoes are not exactly my size, though. I really feel like a princess. Whatever the price, right now I'd say it was worth it. Still, there's the minor detail of getting inside the palace without a royal invitation.
Lords of this land and their little obsession with insignificant pieces of paper. Seals made by mortals mean nothing to us. As long as you keep the dress on, no one will stop you. Be confident, walk right in, and don't look back.
Sounds utterly crazy, but who am I to discuss secrets of the arcane with a half-transparent parent being? Well, I know it will work. Thank you for your help. I owe you.
I owe you more than you know, kid. We are honoring the old Concord and sealing the new one with you.
I owe you. I know. We'll make sure of it.
Like your mother, you have not forsaken us. You have made right, and your wish will be granted. We will carry the weight of your fate for a while. We will help you lift it higher and carry it further. Once the cycle is complete, the weight will reveal its price. We wish you good fortune, Cinders. It is time for you to go.
Go.
Are you a cat?
I'm making fun of my cat.
Okay,
Because
but
he's
when aren't
whining
you
again.
when aren't you making fun of your cat?
During all the times when I'm not making fun of him.
Are you sure you're not constantly making fun of him?
I mean, maybe.
To the palace!
Whee! Hey, look, a different dress. Same
A different
dialogue,
dress?
though. Huh?
Hmm?
The dress is different.
Yes, it is.
It's shinier.
I used to think about fate in a similar way, until someone told me that sometimes one's fate is to decide how fate should be altered. Even though the most important things in life are given and we have little or no say as far as they are concerned.
Here we are, back at the not-so-pleasant topic of necessity and determination.
Terrifying, I remember. But in truth, isn't it all we are? Decisions we make regardless of fate, when we ignore the fact that we can't know what awaits us in the future.
Even if it means ignoring possible consequences of our actions, about which we know nothing?
Yes, even then. What good is worrying about outcomes which can't be foreseen, prices no one can yet estimate? Some things are set and fixed. Everything else is up to us.
And all we can do is decide how to act in spite of that. Yes, it is exactly what I've been repeating to myself. This may not be the wisest thing to say at the moment, but I'll say it anyway. I consider myself lucky to have met you tonight, my lady.
You're right, it's not the wisest, because that tells me that it's time to skip. Goodbye! Bye! Run away, run away! No more flirties.
It's time to go to jail! Yeah, jail.
Blur, blur, blur. Blur, blur, blur. Blur, 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 blur. Yep. Hey, look, new dialogue.
Blasted liars, scammers everywhere, naive like children. I swear it on me hat here, you all gonna pay dearly for all your Oh, easy there, lady. You might give all Shady a heart stopper.
His name is literally Shady Character.
Never get tired of those big entrances, eh? Always loved a good drama, you lot. Never got used to it myself. You have entered our domain. What do you want?
I feel like she looks a lot angrier than that.
What do you want? Better?
Not really.
Easy with that drama already. Don't mean no harm, honest. Was just wondering, you see, whatever happened to the witty little bird that got all you gals so agitated recently? Heard you made some long-term investments in her too.
And they failed, because then she's still in jail.
You speak of things which do not concern you. They don't? And I thought I did mighty fine a job fetching and whispering and basically being in all the right places at the right moments. What a dream of stealing the lights from you gals, but doesn't a supportive actor deserve some fresh rumors right from the source? Very well. Know then that all went well and the girl picked up the thread of fate where her mother left it. We have renewed the concord and the cycle will resume. We found the girl to be much like her mother. She remembered and embraced the gifts of the lake. She accepted the weight and agreed to pay the price. Offered her one of your special favors, didn't you, love?
And yet we still went to jail.
Yes. You gals are killing me. Be calm at our sanctuary, or we shall speak no more. Oh, pardon, ma'am. I just have this medical condition, I see. Makes me cringe and twitch when I hear crazy. And you gals are the craziest. From what I gathered, the bird accepted no weight. Hard to fly with the weight, see. And flying's all she wants, that one. No, my dear ladies, fancy dress or no, she would have reached the prince or king or whatever she desired or wanted, whatever she wanted. Much too driven and independent to be intimidated by titles she is. She received our aid and succeeded. Not really, no. She was already a winner when you lot decided to have a little chat with her, then another had to mess with her head and dull her wits. But she is much too sharp, that one. Say, ever thought maybe 'twas her who used your love? Climbed your schemes like a ladder to reach her own goal?
You know, they really talk as if she's not in jail. Except we
Exactly.
definitely just saw her go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Her blood called and she responded. She performed rites and honored the lake. She's mature, see, and memory means nothing then. In time she'll forget all about you, or take you for a mirage or a dream. Darn, I'm not so sure if you're real myself. You are mistaken, old man. Memory is everything. She will remember and honor the agreement. She is just like her mother. Look more like her stepmother to me. Lots of tiny, busy wheels inside her mind. A cold and calculating heart, but stout and driven. She'll lift herself to greatness or fail miserably giant with a thud. But all this time, she won't be given a bloody toss for some old superstitions and fairy tale magics, which is exactly how it should be. Silence. Be gone, old snake. You have disturbed our domain for too long. Oh, impressive trick, just like the olden days. Still has some figure left in you, I see. Must have hit ya. Must have hit your sweet spot.
I think Mog's
Oh.
sweet spot has been hit. He keeps whining. Meow, meow, meow.
I always wondered why didn't any of the good kings chop your woods for forges and houses. Must have something to do with your charming personality, eh? You are not welcome here. We wish to be left alone. But don't worry and save your strength, love. Because soon no one will be disturbing you anymore. And you will be alone. All alone. And we died.
Burp, 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 burp. Hey, look! Nobody tends to her in her mother's grave, and they are soon overgrown by the
we're
forest.
failures.
Quit!
So let's...
Well, we got some new dialogue, if not any more rewards. So,
Restart? Or... I mean, there's only one other option, or it's restart.
what other option?
I don't even know. Quit? I don't know.
I mean, on one hand, I heard my rice cooker singing to tell me that my rice is done. So I could go eat dinner. And on the other hand, it's only been an hour.
That is true.
But I feel like if we start a new one now, well, it depends how many choices we make differently.
That's extremely true.
I'm kind of tempted to wait until next time, and then I will make so many different choices.
Do you want to do, Fairies Leave? Do you want to do Fairies Leave and see if that's different? Fairies escape out of town?
The question is, do you want to?
I mean, like I said, it's only been an hour.
Alright, let's do it.
It's one quick thing, right?
I suppose. It will be quick.
Run for the hills.
The truth is that not much good awaits me here. Retaking the residents from Carmosa peacefully just won't happen. And wooing the prince so much he would make me his queen? Please. There is no way I can be free remaining here. It's not just my house. This entire town is like a prison. I have to leave this place and start again.
With our aid, we will enter the palace and leave the town. But beyond the borders of our domain, we have no influence. An ancient concord made with lords of Rome binds us to the hearts of the land. Once you leave, you'll be beyond our power, and our parts of the agreement shall be deemed fulfilled. You will be on your own.
Traveling alone doesn't sound very safe. It's a vast and dangerous world out there, and I've never left the town before. I don't really have anyone whom I could ask to go with me. I'm not exactly encircled with friends. There's Tobias, but I could never ask him to abandon everything for me like that.
The land should be dangerous. You are young, and you will be unprotected.
I know, but what other choice do I have? Sit here and whine for the rest of my life? I said I'm going to change my life. I won't resign just because it could be dangerous. There's one more thing I'm concerned about, though.
The main obstacle.
Yes, Carmosa. She will send someone after me, I'm sure of it. Not because she worries for my safety and well-being, of course. She would be afraid that other people might talk. Her own stepdaughter escaping the residence under her supervision. How would that make her look? I need to cover my tracks somehow.
You worry needlessly. We will provide protection. Simply return to your residence and wait.
Wait, what do you mean? What will you do?
Those who choose to follow your steps shall lose their track, in one way or another. good over there?
Yeah, my cat's climbed into my bed drawers again. Even though this one got trapped in there for a full hour and a half before. Trapped himself under my bed for an hour and a half before. He's clearly forgotten. And climbing into the drawers again. Sorry. I don't think I like this ominous vagueness, but I don't have a choice either. Alright, have it your way.
So it seems that your path has been decided.
Yes, it looks like I have a plan now. I think I know exactly what to do for the first time in my life. I still would like to go to the grand ball, though. Only, what about all these details that we don't care about because we've already seen them? What? You want to play Twitch Sings? You want to do karaoke? I don't know, you sound like you're enjoying singing to me. That didn't sound cryptic anonymous at all. What about my other wish? Will you help me escape this town without a trace?
We will go back to your mansion when the ball is over. There, wait for our sign.
What kind of a sign?
A peace sign.
From them? Not a chance.
You will recognize it. We wish you good fortune, Cinders. It is time for you to go.
So how are they supposed to collect the price from her if she's out of their domain?
Skeep. By having somebody kill her? Said by having somebody kill her?
Will that person still do it once they're out of their domain? Something tells me no. Blurry, 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 blur.
Blargy, blargy, blarg, blarg? And flirting. If this is how flirting works.
Yes, you hug them and then you walk away.
Ah, is that flirting?
Whee! Whee! Hey, look, we're being arrested again.
Hey, look, we're not being arrested again. Since when did that happen? You wished for your happy ending, where you escaped from the unsuspecting Lady Carmosa. So here you are, escaping. Here I am, helping you do it secretly, buying you time. You got what you wanted, haven't you?
I did. Thank you. Whatever your reasons were, your actions helped turn my life around.
So, I heard you're expecting someone.
What do you mean? I'm a loner. I ain't got friends.
Good. Farewell, brave Cinders.
Oh my god, it was them.
May fate weave itself smoothly beneath your feet. May you carry its weight as it grows with time. We wish you nothing but the very best of life. We wish you not to forget the lake. Yours remembrance is what we hope for memory is everything. Lake shall not forget about you. You have been bound to its memory for all time, and it will not forsake the concord you have accepted. Remain in our domain, and remember the gift, the weight, and the price.
Even though you agreed to help her escape your domain.
Remember.
I am going to swap some of the voices around after this.
That's cool. Oh, what a poor woman that one, eh? So wise, faithful, and devoted to your ways she was. Pity you didn't care that much for her. You didn't care that much for her. Some would call killing an ugly way of saying thanks. and not the nicest thing to do to someone who loved you so much, eh, gals? There aren't that many of those around anymore, am I right? Blah, 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 blah. Finding happiness and freedom on our birthdays was not meant to be for Cinders. Sick of her life and her stepmother.
We skip.
We skip. Interesting.
Yeah?
It's interesting that it was the fairies that release you.
Well, I mean, they can't really call him Perot themselves.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
They could
because
totally
he
just
doesn't know
mind-
they exist.
It's called mind control.
No.
No?
They don't mind control anybody.
Oh.
They just twist fate around, mess with it or whatever.
But like mind control's more fun.
Okay, but no.
Anyway.
Anyway.
But yeah,
Hey, look, we found no new variants.
Yes, because they're all basically the same.
Yeah. I could have told you that, but I didn't.
But you didn't. You terrible, terrible person.
Yeah. What's your point?
But yeah, definitely switch voices around. Let's do that.
I will, because I want to be creepy sounding.
And what am I? Chopped liver?
No, you can have Geed.
Isn't she also creepy?
Not really. She's not really creepy. She's just, like, aggressive. She doesn't really care about sounding mysterious or whatever. She's mostly fucking with them. She's, like, fucking with everybody all the time. Just because she is pissed. She's very sarcastic.
But maybe we'll get a different ending. Maybe we'll actually try for an ending.
If I remember right, I think each of the variants is which person you're with.
I'm assuming to travel the two variants are you convince Tobias and you convince Perot.
Actually, wait, I'm not yeah, no, I think it's who you end up with for each one.
I mean, it would make that those two would make sense for the traveler because you can't like bring the prince along.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Yes, that's correct.
Anyway,
I'll leave that alone. We'll flirt with people next time.
How does flirting work?
Or we could go for Ace, owner of the house.
Yes, or we could just go for Ace owner of the house.
So I'm kind of tempted to do a very different run. In which case, we would probably want to romance someone. Just to get it over with, you know?
Just to get the flirting over with.
Like, kind of?
I don't think people usually say about dating sims, let's get the flirting over with.
Well, the seducing. When the fairy is like, oh, your seductive nature. And I'm like, what? Is this fairy calling me a slut? I'm confused. I haven't even kissed anybody here. Why are you calling me a seductive nature? I haven't tried to seduce anybody.
Maybe she's saying you're hot and therefore can get anybody you want? I don't know.
But I feel like being hot and being seductive are different things. I think. I don't know. I assume they're different things because I thought that seducing was like an action, right? Like it's a conscious act you have to do in order for it to be seducing, I think.
Yes, but some people combine the two you're hot, you have a better chance of seducing anybody you want.
Well, of course, it's one of those things that's like a factor, right? But that doesn't mean that it's the same.
But that could help her, help in quotes, the seduce. I don't know. I don't know anything about this stuff.
Okay, anyway, bye!